What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kale coming to you with another game analysis with the 101 Fever. I'm coming to you with another. I'm sorry. Let me back up. This time I'm talking about Game 5 of the Western Conference first round series between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. Houston wins the game and they win this series 105-99 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, they win in 5. Obviously, in my prediction video, I picked Houston in 6, but I mean the story of the series was Oklahoma City's inability to find any offense outside of Russell Westbrook. Obviously, those stretches where Westbrook sat on the bench, like for the start of the first from the end of the first through the second, from the end of the third through the fourth, Oklahoma City couldn't get anyone else going. I mean, for some reason, I don't know. And it also came down to bad shot selection by Westbrook late because he feels he has to force it. Because, like I said, there was no other offense. Actually, the offense basically ran through Westbrook. I mean, there was no other playmakers on the floor. Victor Oladipo really disappointed me in this series. Enes Kanter, he didn't even get a lot of time, and he only played 3 minutes tonight. He really disappointed. Now I understand that a lot of it has to do with you don't want to have too much offense on the floor against Houston because you want to have defense to back it up. But like in certain situations, I felt Billy Donovan could have put more offensive guys in the game. Play McDermott more, or play Abrines more, play Kanter more. But yeah, no one was able to hit a shot. No one was not able to hit a shot. No one was able to consistently hit shots outside of Russell Westbrook in this series. And then, like I said, when he's on the bench, they can't get any offense going because they don't have that other playmaker, that can make plays, for his team other than Westbrook. Just a real sad ending, man. Real sad ending to Oklahoma City's season. Real sad ending to Westbrook's season. 42 triple doubles, NBA record. Again, Oscar Robertson had 41 back in the 1961-62 season. No one had ever came close until Westbrook this year. I mean, he did it all. I mean, obviously, I call this whole NBA season the F. Russell Westbrook's season. Obviously, Durant leaves for Oklahoma City in the offseason. Then, Westbrook is left with Kanter and, Adams. And, I mean, like I said, Kanter was supposed to be that other offensive guy. And then you bring in Oladipo as well from the Magic. And neither one of them really stepped up to the expectations of backing up Russ. They won 47 games this year. Obviously, a lot of that on the back of Westbrook, mostly when he had a triple-double. Now, they did lose games when he had a triple-double, but, I mean, I think they were pretty close. They lost every game to the Warriors this year. Durant played the 2 games in OKC, played the 2 games in Golden State, had 39 and 40, his best 2 games of the year. Then he came back and had a fairly decent game. He had a good game, but it wasn't to the magnitude as the games in Golden State. And then dealing with the boos and the cupcake signs and all that. But Durant's team was behind him. It was Curry, Thompson, Green, and then Warriors were the ones wearing the cupcake shirts at the end of the night. But yeah, back to this series, man. It was all about what Oklahoma City couldn't do without Westbrook on the floor. And then again, Westbrook forcing it in the fourth quarter. I think he only made 1 shot in the fourth quarter. Yeah, man, sad, really sad ending. Really sad ending to a great season. I mean, I'm not gonna say he didn't have help, but he didn't have help. I think Andre Robertson will. I think he will end as Oklahoma City's second leading scorer. But I mean, his performance at the free throw line was just atrocious, man. I think Robinson misses. I think Robinson finished the series 3 of 21, I believe. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. He was 1 of 4 tonight. They fouled him late. You know, Houston already had the lead, and you know they were just making sure that Westbrook couldn't will him back by himself. So they went to it pretty late. You know, and, he was 1 of 4 tonight. They say he was 2 of 12. He was 2 of 12 in the game 4 loss. I mean, Abrines and Grant had 11 each for Oklahoma City. Grant had 5 rebounds. Gibson and Oladipo had 10. You got to have more from them. I mean, obviously, a big reason why Oklahoma City was able to win Game 3 was because of the performance by Gibson in the first half when he finished the game with 20. And then Oladipo had 12. Robinson stepped up. Abrines had a good game. Cantor had a good game. You know, you look at that Game 3, and you've seen the support that Westbrook got out of the supporting cast. You know, that was the reason why they were able to win Game 3. I mean, and yet still, they came James Harden 3 away from a sweep because Harden had a chance to win it at the buzzer in Game 3 with a 3-pointer when Houston was down 2 and he missed it. I mean, because it was. I mean, this was basically a what would they call a 5-game series gentleman's sweep. I mean, it could have been a actual sweep. Like I said, Harden hits that shot in Game 3, and then they win Game 4. That's basically a sweep. So that's really tough for Westbrook, man. I mean, obviously, this series proved why I believe that Russell Westbrook is a true MVP. To, you know, to bring that team to will that team to 47 wins and the 6th seed in the West. The 6th seed in the West. I mean, hell, that's good enough for probably the 3rd seed in the East. You know, and Westbrook was able to, you know, bring his team, to 47 wins. That was just an incredible season, man. Just again, sour ending. Like I said, we all knew Houston had a better supporting cast, and you know the biggest pick, I think the best pickup in my mind was Rockets picking up Lou Williams. He, Eric Gordon, Patrick Beverly, and Nene won this series for Houston. I mean, especially Williams, man. You know, another big game tonight coming off the bench. 22 points off 7 of 11 shooting. Made all 6 free throws. Gordon didn't have that good game. Tonight, but he only had 8 points on 3 of 10 shooting. But he's been a factor through this whole series for Houston. Then Nene with 14 off 5 of 8 shooting, not the 28 that he had in Game 4, but hey, still consistent scoring for Houston coming off the bench. Also had 7 rebounds as well. And then Beverly, he didn't have that good of a Game 4, but like I said, Nene really picked it up for him. But he finishes this game with 15 points and 8 rebounds. And then you have Harden, you know, of course, you know what he's going to get from him. He finishes with 34 points, 8 of 25 shooting, though. Not that good, not that great shooting. But he makes up for the bad shooting when he goes 16 of 17 from the line. But yeah, man, Houston get with the W, 105-99. They win the series in 5 games. Houston will go on to take on the winner of the Spurs and Grizzlies series. I'm looking at the score right now. Spurs is up 102-95 over Memphis with 5:19 left to go in the 4th quarter. I'll probably bring a game analysis of that maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, Houston moves on to the conference semifinals. You know, looking to get back to the Western Conference Finals where they lost to Golden State last year, I believe in 6 games. I mean, if they can keep getting production from Williams and Gordon, the 2 candidates for 6th Man of the Year. You got 2 candidates for 6th Man of the Year on your own team. You're doing something right. Like I said, Williams was a pickup from the Lakers before the trade deadline, and he has been as good as advertised for Houston since. Yeah, but whoever they face, San Antonio or Memphis, it's gonna be a real tough series. I think that series, if it's Houston and San Antonio, I think that's a series that has the potential to go 7. I mean, because you have the matchup of the defensive mind of Popovich versus, you know, the offensive mind of D'Antoni. You got to figure, if San Antonio advances, you got to figure that Kawhi will be on Harden most of the game. But then, you know, who guards Lou Williams when he's in the game? Maybe Danny Green, or maybe they start Danny Green out on Harden and then have Leonard guard someone else. But you know, it's going to be a hell of a matchup where something's got to give. Obviously, San Antonio's defense hasn't really looked that hot in the Memphis series because Mike Conley Jr. and Gasol and Randolph were able to do what they wanted mostly in games 3 and 4 in Memphis. And like I said, they almost have 100 here on the Spurs in a close game. You know, we'll see what happens the rest of this series. Of course, this series is going 6, but because that series is still tied at 2. Like I said, man, whoever Houston faces in the second round is going to be a tough out. And like I said, I think that whichever way it goes, it has the potential to go 7. I mean, I looked at San Antonio. You look at Memphis as well. Memphis, with the size inside, with Randolph being rejuvenated, Marc Gasol, you know, hitting game winners, you know, and then again, Mike Conley running the show offensively. And then you got guys like Wayne Selden and Vince Carter stepping up for Memphis as well. It's another young dude from Memphis. I forgot his name. I think he went to Syracuse or something like that. But he's pretty good too. But yeah, man. With that, with Houston winning this series, I'm now 0-3 on predictions, man. I had both the Cavs and the Warriors in 5. Like I said, I don't really like actually picking an actual sweep. You know, I think the lower seeded team could always get one game at home, but Indiana or Portland was able to do that. Portland just got pounded, dog. Like, the Warriors play like that, they're gonna be NBA champions, no doubt about it. Especially the way it shot from 3. But yeah, man. And then like I said, I thought that this series would go 6, and it ends in 5. But yeah, after all the first round matches are done, I'll make a second round prediction video before the second round starts. This video already too long. So I'm going to wrap it up right here, man. Again, 105-99. Rockets win the series in 5 games over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Appreciate you guys watching this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about this series. Subscribe and share with your friends. And if you're watching this video, I appreciate you. And I wish you nothing but positive vibes only. I'll see you in the next video.